Hello and welcome, this is Ratatosker, and I have finally begun playing Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate in earnest. I wanted to do a journal-type video series documenting my progress, because I have a lot of thoughts on the game so far. I'm just going to jump right in because there's a lot, and I don't want this video to take too long. So let me just say that in terms of its intro, and how it progresses the early game, I like it way more than I liked World, or maybe even Rise as well. The game starts you off on a sand ship, heading to the caravan city of Valhabar, in order to register as a hunter. You have a leisurely talk with the caravaneer, and then, boom. Before you even have a weapon, it throws you right into the action with a sand ship fight against a Darren Moran. The fight doubles as a tutorial, but honestly it's also just very engaging. The monster's size and the music and the fact it's on a moving sand ship, and the caravaneer's commentary really got me into the moment, in spite of the fact that it was obviously a very heavily scripted tutorial. I normally don't like scripted fights, but this is a really awesome, heavily scripted tutorial. I ended up falling off my ship, and my hunter grabbed a rope and pulled himself back. Watching him getting dragged and then pulling himself back onto the ship was really cool. I got a big hit of serotonin from that. Apart from being surprisingly immersive, this whole opening sequence helps set the right tone. At one point, as the caravaneer is talking about sending a distress signal, your hunter's kinda like, "That's great and all, but I'ma go get your hat." The caravaneer's kinda surprised at your balls. Even I was kinda surprised at your balls, as you're climbing over the Darren Moran to go get his fucking hat. It was neat. I think it was a well thought out moment, because as I'm sitting there enjoying my life, firing cannonballs, happy that I chose to play the game, they hit me with this cutscene. I don't know who that guy is yet, but I like him. This is such a good scene. Okay, now look at this next part. A version of the Valhabar theme slowly starts to play. And then, look at this. You hand this guy his hat back. Look at that smile. Now that is a smile worth protecting. I really like the caravaneer. Actually, this gives me an excuse to move on and talk about the characters that make up the caravan. Yes. Yes, you can. I really like these characters. I note that the story in Monster Hunter is usually sparse, but these characters are surprisingly well written. Much better than anything in World. Maybe even better than Rise. There's a lot of dialogue all throughout the beginning stages, and it takes every opportunity to make a joke or reinforce the character's personality. Which is kind of awesome, because this lighthearted way that they approach character interaction and storytelling addresses my main complaint with World. My problem with World wasn't so much that the story was bad. It was bad. But my problem with it was that it insisted on shoving its bad story down my throat. Now, I don't come to Monster Hunter expecting a narrative masterpiece, but World's cutscenes acted like it was developing a deep and compelling point, and it never delivered on anything. It was incredibly off-putting. Let's compare that to Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate. For Ultimate promises me nothing in regards to the story, and so whenever it exceeds my expectations, I can be pleasantly surprised. Alright, at this point we need to pause for a moment and talk about what constitutes a story. I get a lot of comments saying some variation of, I don't care about the story in a Monster Hunter game, I only care about the gameplay. And the thing is, I don't think that's true. There is a lot that goes into a story. It's not just what events transpired in what order. It's also the ambience, the pacing, the central theme, and what experiences the developer is trying to create for the player. Atmosphere, then, is story. And Monster Hunter does its best storytelling when it sets the right tone. So with that in mind, let's take a look at this cutscene. It plays after you finish the Valhabar questline. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say this is probably the best cutscene in all of Monster Hunter. I was already fond of all the caravan members, but this scene cranked that up to 11. The cook playing dice with the Gwaikun, the caravaneer poring over his map, the man laying on top of the caravan looking at the starry sky. It does such a good job of getting you to like these characters, and it emphasizes the whole caravan aesthetic. And I like that aesthetic. This caravan journey theme they're going for, to discover the secret of the article by going from town to town, is really doing it for me. And that's really what I wanted to convey in this video. Monster Hunter works best when it's trying to set the right tone and would use its tone and atmosphere to create its storytelling. And so far, Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate has done a way better job. Maybe more than Rise as well. I think probably better than Rise. Especially that last cutscene, that really impressed me. Anyway, I think I'll end this journal here, since that's about as far as I got. There was more stuff I wanted to address, like my thoughts on the gameplay, but this video is already getting overly long, and I want to give the gameplay more time to marinate before I form a full opinion. I will upload more of these as I progress through the game and topics stand out for me. Until then, thank you guys for watching.